Why aren't things happening as quickly as I'd like? That is the question today from one of our viewers. It's a frustrating time of year for some of us. We're coming off of what for many of us in the United States and Canada was a pretty brutal winter. Spring is finally here, and it's like we've had all this energy building for spring for a couple of months now, and spring is here, and we're just kind of expected everything that we wanted would just happen as soon as it became spring. But take a look outside. The earth doesn't work that way. I don't care if it's spring for you or fall for you, what season it may be. Look outside. We can learn a lot from Mother Nature this time of year. So when I look outside, what do I see? I see my lilies just barely starting to poke through the ground. No flowers yet. They're just barely starting to come up. Crocus is barely starting to come up. I look outside and half the time it's raining. The other half of the time it's sunny. Some days it's cool, some days it's warm. Summer is not here yet. Spring is not yet in full bloom, but it is here. So for those of you who are really hoping that the spring equinox would, or fall, depending on where you live, would manifest into this wonderful, glorious thing, and everything you wanted that had you kind of been lagging on would be there, it's not quite time yet. So have patience. It's not that things aren't happening. If you look outside and you're in the northern hemisphere, you probably can see, maybe even if you still have snow, underneath the snow, if the grass is starting to green up, the plants are starting to, the trees are starting to bud, the plants are starting to come out, but they're not in full bloom yet. We, like Mother Nature, live in cycles. We have cycles of our lives, constantly growing, changing, bettering ourselves. We have cycles of our year. If you live in a place where the 4 seasons are very visible, then you know this. You can just look outside. We have cycles of the month. The moon changes every 28 and a half to 29 days, changes its cycle. Full moon to new moon, back to full moon. Women who are still menstruating tend to cycle about every 28 to 29 days. Cycle, cycle, cycle. Within each day, there's a cycle. The sun rises, the sun sets. The moon rises, the moon sets. Cycles within cycles. You see where I'm going with this, right? You too have cycles. If you're really in tune with the seasons, you may notice that if you really think about your feelings and what's going on in your life and your frustrations, it really mimics what you're seeing outside. Maybe you're in tune with the moon and you know that your cycles, your mood, your energy level are affected by the moon's phase. Or if you're female and you're menstruating, maybe you know that, depending on where you are in your menstrual cycle, some days you have more energy than others. Life is like that. We too run in cycles. We are not Energizer bunnies. We were never meant to be. We are supposed to have times of growth, yes, but also times of letting go, times of release, times of going within and nurturing ourselves, times of renewal, and times where we're just barely poking through the surface, waiting for spring to unfold. So if you're feeling frustrated, know that you are not alone. And know that you can't hurry Mother Nature any more than you can hurry everything that you want to manifest this year. What can you do? You can plant the seeds of your intention. Take stock. Take a look at your life. Take a look at what goals you want to manifest in 2017. You may have made New Year's resolutions. If so, great, pull them out. Look at them. Do they still hold true? Do they still resonate with you? If you didn't make New Year's resolutions, think about what are your big 5 goals. What big things do you really want to accomplish this year? And then break it down. What do I need to get to those goals? What steps do I need to take? Put them on a calendar. But realize you can't do everything at once. You can't accomplish 5 big goals tomorrow. It's not going to happen. cycles within cycles within cycles. Choose your priority, choose your focus. What's your main goal right now? How can you start to take steps in that direction? Understanding that things take time. And just as spring will bloom and blossom, so too we will bloom and blossom, but not every moment of every day. Our lives follow cycles, our years follow cycles. Maybe it's with the seasons, maybe it's around significant anniversaries. For most of us who are over 30, our birthdays are a harbinger of cycles. It's a closing of one year and a beginning of yet another year of turning older. So wherever you may be, know that it's perfectly normal for you to not be on 24/7, 365 days a year. Cycles within cycles. Honor your body's cycles. If it's tired, rest. If it wants to go and do, go and do. But listen to your body. Get in tune with your own cycles and rhythms and understand that if it's not time yet, it will be soon. In the meantime, you can figure out what it is you want and plant those seeds, metaphorically speaking. What do you want to cultivate this year? What's your priority now? What can be put off later? What can you do to get there? I hope that helps answer your question. I know it's not a quick fix, but just as we can look outside and see that either fall is just here or spring is just here, we're not in full season yet. It takes time. There's a gradual unfolding. And so too it is with all of the metaphorical seeds that we are planting for ourselves this year. It's a gradual unfolding. Let it happen. Trust in yourself. Trust in the universe. Have faith. Much love. I hope that serves you. I'll see you next week.